This video is brought to you by A Better Routeplanner, the route planner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use A Better Routeplanner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use A Better Routeplanner Premium for 30 days for free. Hello everyone, why do I drive Volkswagen EVs? That's the question that I'll try to answer today. If you are following me for a while, you know that in September of 2020 I got the Volkswagen ID.3 First Edition Plus, my first EV, my first car that I bought. Well, I leased the car for 3 years, and it was the first Volkswagen ID that came out, and I even got it on the first day of delivery. I wasn't officially the first person to get an ID.3, I was the second. That's fine. I got it in Dresden and I had a good time with Walter. My ID.3 was a great car, and there were big reasons why I wanted the car in the first place. But now I got 3 years with Walter, my ID.3, and then I got Hank an ID.7 Pro. And I'm planning that next year in the fall, whenever the car comes out, I'm getting an ID Polo. So what am I? Am I a Volkswagen fanboy? What's going on here? Why do you drive Volkswagen all the time? Let's go back to the ID.3. Why did I get this car in the first place? Back at the time, I think I was one of the pre-bookers, whatever they had. I think from May 2019 on. I think it took over a year to get the car. And for me, I wanted a normal size car, not a gigantic SUV. A car that I can afford and has decent range and can charge a bit better. And the Volkswagen ID.3, when it came out, was pretty good. 420 kilometers of WLTP range, can charge with up to 100 kilowatt, 30 minutes, 10 to 80%. Rear wheel drive, 150 kilowatts, that 204 horsepower. And the only car that was similar when it comes to price, also feature packages and stuff like this, was the Hyundai Kona. It had front wheel drive though, also 150 kilowatt. It had pros and cons and everything. And for me back in the day, I thought it can charge a bit better. It has almost the same range. I think Kona had a bit more because the battery is bigger, 64 instead of 58 kilowatt hour, what the ID.3 had. But it charges better. The Kona back in the day had 73, I think in some cases 77 kilowatt peak, and it was at a high state of charge. The ID.3 had 100 kilowatt, but only on the bottom a bit. And I was just happy to get the car. Again, no SUV. I'm not a big fan of SUVs. Has decent space. It's a new era of Volkswagen. I thought I want to be a part of that. And then when the ID.7 came out, it was just a new world because the ID.7 is way too big for me. I say it in every video about Hank. I don't need the space, or my wife and I, we don't need that space, but it was just a new era when it comes to new software. 4.0 that had many options, that features that are new and better, battery preheating, automatic or with a button. New seats, new massage function, seat ventilation, the new motor, ABRP 550 rear-wheel drive motor with 210 kilowatt, that's 286 horsepower, that has more power but is more efficient. The battery charge is amazing, 192 kilowatt peak, 10 to 80% is then 25 minutes, but it's a 77 kilowatt hour battery, bigger than in Walter, my ID.3. So it was all an upgrade in everything. And again, I thought this is a new era of Volkswagen cars, and I didn't see any other car at that level. And the price and the features and everything. And because this is the main reason why I'm buying Volkswagen all the time. Yes, For me, it's nice that Volkswagen builds the cars in Germany, so I'm supporting workers in Germany. I want that, at least Europe, because you support your own folk, so what do you say? You support your own folks, the people that live in your area, because that's nice. You want them to have work, and it's good for the whole country, it's good for the economy and everything. You want that. Why won't you support that? If you can choose. What I wanted was a comfortable car that drives good. For me, that's important. Everyone is different. I know that there are many people who like this car, who like that car, and it's great. And that's amazing, and it's good for their own reason. Everybody has a different taste. I want a car that's sporty. I want a car that's extremely comfortable. I want an SUV. I want to sit high. I need a lot of space. I need 7-seater. I don't know. Everybody has their own requirements. For me, it was just, I don't want an SUV. I want a comfortable car that drives great. And the most important thing, that I can afford. So of course an Audi A6 e-tron is extremely comfortable. An Audi S6 has amazing power. I love powerful cars. I enjoyed it. My favorite car that I have driven ever is the Audi RS e-tron GT Performance. Peak of 925 horsepower, 2.5 seconds 0 to 100, a gigantic 100 kilowatt hour battery, charges with 300 kilowatt up to 60% or so. It's amazing. I love that car. It drives amazing. It's still comfortable, even though it's a super sports car. Amazing acceleration. It drives amazingly stable and comfortable at 200 kilometers an hour. That's also important to me. But I cannot afford that car. It's 170,000 euros base price. When you configure stuff, you're over 200,000 euros. I cannot afford this car. The same when it comes down. Audi A6 with the big battery is already at 86,000 euros or so without special features. My ID.7 was 63. And back when the ID.3 came out, there was just Model S that was 67, 80,000 euros, where the ID.3 was 45 at the time. The Kona, like I said, it was similar price, but there weren't too many cars in that area. And I think in Germany, a lot of people have the same opinion. In the car deliveries this year, you see it in my news all the time for Germany. The MEB platform, so everything that Volkswagen built on the MEB platform, ID.3, ID.4, 5, 7, ID. Bus, Cupra Born, Cupra Tavascan, Skoda Enyaq, Skoda Elroq, Ford Explorer, Ford Capri. The first 10 cars, out of the first 10 most delivered cars in 2025 so far, 8 are on the MEB platform, and ID.3, 4, 5 and 7 are usually on the first 3. So a lot of people have the same opinion than me. I don't think it's a Volkswagen thing. Germans, yes. I think that's normal for a lot of people. So for example, in the Czech Republic, or I don't know how you say that. Czechia, I'm not good with this, with geography. Skoda is built there, and a lot of people drive Skoda, and that's okay. That's fine. Support the workers in your country, totally fine. And in the States, if you buy Ford and, I don't know, I'm not good with brands from the United States, or Tesla, support that. That's fine. And I see that in Germany too. That's why 8 out of, maybe even the last month, all 10 were German. So BMW, Cupra, it is the Volkswagen brand, but it's still built, well, the Born is built in Germany and stuff like this. But of course, we want to support our own country. But for me, what Volkswagen did with the ID.3 and then with the ID.7, it gave me, for a price that I can afford, a car that drives really great. There are a lot of cars out there with similar price, but the driving didn't impress me for the way that I want to drive. A Tesla Model 3 is very sporty, has a lot of power, but I don't find it very comfortable. I don't find it very stable at high speeds. The steering is very direct. It's a sporty car, and if you like that, that's amazing. Same for the Model Y. And same for the Model Y Juniper. The new version is a bit more comfortable than the old version, but it's still not a comfortable car. An ID.3 Pure for 35,000 euros is very comfortable to drive, but it has, of course, not the power, not the range, not the features and everything. And for me, I know that Volkswagen software, for example, is not the best. The app doesn't have a lot of functions. It's that not a lot of power. Volkswagen ID cars don't have that. And again, not a lot of features in the car and everything, not over-the-air updates every 2 weeks or every month. In my ID.7, I didn't have one update since I have the car, almost 2 years. That's shameful. But for me, the most important, it's just the drive. I want to drive comfortable and still be able to afford it. And the ID.3 back in the day did that. I got the car, I drove it, and I was, wow, for that price, this car drives amazing. Very comfortable, not too loud in there. The power was okay, felt 150 kilowatt, felt okay. It's not, oh my God, power, but it's fine. The same for my ID.7, which is, of course, because it's a different level of car, way more comfortable, way more features. Like I said, massage function, seat ventilation, less consumption, more higher charging, the software has more features. It's just an amazing car. I love my ID.7, but again, I don't need the space. If I could have all what I have in my ID.7 in an ID.3 with the same suspension, same seats and everything, I would have gotten that, but it doesn't exist. And that's why most likely next year I want to get the ID.2. Yes, I think it's a step back, of course in comfort, it's not ID.7 level, of course in features, but it's a new era of Volkswagen. I want to be part of that. I want to see, so ID Polo, I said ID.2, sorry. The new Android system software, I want to see that. It has front wheel drive that I'm not the biggest fan, so we'll see. And of course, ID.3, ID.7 not so much, but the ID Polo, yes, it has impact on my life and on the channel. YouTube is my income, 100%, and of course I want to get a car that supports my income. So if I would get an old car, let's say I will get an ID.3 again, nobody will care if I make new videos about this car. It's like, yeah, we've seen this, done. Or a car that's a year old and stuff like this. Nobody would care about that. But if I get a new car, that's a new era also. So if I have an ID.3 before and then comes a new updated software or a new updated battery, that's also not the point. Not a lot of people will watch the video. But the Polo, I think it's a lower price car. A lot of people will be interested. And it's a new era. People want to know, how's the software? How is the driving after a month? How is it after half a year, after a year, all of this stuff? How is the range? How's the charging? There are so many new things that will be very interesting. And that's why I will be going with that. But it's still a year. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.